Hi, everyone. Welcome back to a new episode. Today we have a big one. I did call it a Megacast for a reason. I combined what I wanted to talk about last week with this week and thought, what the hell? We're going into the finals, so let's supersize everything. Um, we're just going to talk all of the drag racing things today because there's a lot going on, like always. Um, You may have noticed I have been saying we and not just me. I have not taken on another personality. I have a special guest. Hi, Emu.
Hi.
Welcome back to the channel.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm here. I'm tired. And and my apartment's cold, but I turned on my mini heater, so I'm doing good.
Ooh, mini heater. I grabbed a blanket earlier because I was like, it's not that cold in here, but I know my feet are gonna get cold because they always do when I podcast. So, cozy vibes.
Yes, I'm very cozy now.
Um, the viewers may have noticed because I don't normally wear earrings when I stream just because they hit against my headphones like they're doing now. But I have on the drag racing Christmas tree earrings that you got me for
They're
Christmas a couple years
so
ago.
cute.
I have my OG ones because these were a thing that the NHRA produced and made in like 2009 or 2010, but I don't know where they are. And I knew where these were, and I was like, "Ooh, I haven't worn those." So all the jewelry, all the fun vibes. We're just going for it
Cute.
today. Okay, lots of things. You guys know me and my obsessive note taking. I have a whole outline, so let's just go. I think we're going to start from like last week and a half and then get to previewing Pomona. So, first thing, new title sponsor for the NHRA starting next year, and it's Mission Foods. So, tortilla chips and taco shells for everyone.
Love that.
I haven't seen these in person yet because I didn't know to look for them, but I saw on Ashley Force Hood's Instagram that Mission makes a bag of tortilla chips that are like race car themed.
Oh,
And I was like, excuse me? I need
very
to find these because they look kind of derpy, but
shaped like cars or
vaguely, but they said like race
wow.
car on the bag, and I was like, okay.
Okay, sure.
Like I have some of their tortillas like in the kitchen, but I didn't think to like look for race car chips. But you know, it only makes sense because they were the sponsor of the hashtag too fast, too tasty challenge this year, which was actually a huge success. And I was a little bit unsure of it in the beginning, but I really liked the concept and
Yeah.
I'm glad they did it. But I will forever make fun of the name because it's straight up like Fast and the Furious. It's just too good. Um, so they're taking over main sponsorship, and Camping World is going to step down into a smaller role because they sponsor like everything in racing. So you can only do so many things as a main title
Yeah.
sponsor. It's a lot of money. Um, so I think that's going to be good. Excited about that. You know, it's really funny to me the way people kind of, I guess, play to the audience. Um, so before this happened, it was the race weekend before, Angie Smith fell off her bike and was like hurt. Um,
Mhm.
and like the entire community, because it was during qualifying, the entire community on race day and that weekend like rallied around her, rallied around Matt. Like it was great. Like Tony Stewart and Leah Pruitt flew her home from the hospital on their private jet so she wouldn't have to sit uncomfortably in, a regular plane.
Yeah.
Just the things that people do, like they come together. And then the next week, Matt Smith is back to bitching at the world and saying that, oh, with everything that's happened this week, because after a crash, the NHRA and the tech department take the vehicle to inspect it.
Mhm.
Depending on the severity of the crash and what happened, you might get it back in a day or you might get it back in a week. There was
Yeah.
a pro mod racer who crashed on his burnout because the tires stuck, and
Mhm.
he got his back like the next day.
Oh,
Which, there wasn't that much damage. He was totally fine, and they knew what happened previously.
yeah.
No one fully knew what happened when Angie crashed, so it was, more investigation. Um, he was bitching that they didn't get the bike back immediately, and we need it for the extra parts for the next race in like a week and a half. Okay.
Okay.
So they say to him on that Friday, it's yours. We're not going to deliver it to you, but have it back. And so, with the help of friends and family, he gets it back and he'll have it on the Friday of the Dallas race. So, that all that happens, and then this Mission Foods announcement happens. And he goes, with everything that's been happening recently and this announcement, you can really see who's in bed together.
Okay.
And it's like, all right. So Mission Foods also is a sponsor of Vance and Hines, of Eddie Krawick and Gage Herrera. So the first thing that he does when the sport that has made him a champion, six-time champion, and a household name gets a new sponsor is accuse people of improprieties and basically like cheating behind the scenes. Professional.
Uh,
Like, sure, things are going to happen that you don't agree with in every, professional sport.
right.
That's this isn't it. This is not it, fam. It's just I can't understand it. Like I was sitting there reading all this stuff. I'm like, this is absolute lunacy.
Yeah.
Like 46. Come on, man. And really, if it's that dramatic and you feel like you're being treated that badly, there are other series you can go race in. Go race in the PDRA. Go race somewhere else. If it's that horrible here, no one's making you stay here. And the thing is, when his sponsor became the sponsor of they created the 200 mile an hour club for the pro stock motorcycles, and it was like the
Mhm.
top 8 drivers to go 200 miles an hour first get to be in like a special race for a bunch of money. When he was like one of the first people in the 200 mile an hour club, no one turned their heads and was like, he's cheating.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it really sucks that he decides to be like this because his dad is one of the most respected pro mod racers of all time. Like people put
Right.
mad respect on Ricky Smith's name.
Yeah.
So it's going great. Okay, let's see. Um, okay, this is a really interesting one. So we go from there. Actually, this is kind of in order. I did that by accident. Um, After Dallas or Texas or wherever it is, I get the two confused because there used to be two. Now there's one, and I can't remember which one they got rid of. Um, so they go to Texas. They do the race, whatever. 6 days later, 6 whole days, Clay Millican at like 7 o'clock in the morning gets an email from NHRA saying, in their tech department, saying that he has been disqualified from the race, fined $5,000, and lost any associated points.
Okay.
And the world kind of goes, what? 6 days is a lot of days.
Yeah.
So apparently, what had happened is they were finding him for unsecured ballast. So what had happened is they put a new fuel tank on. It was bigger, which they are well within the rules to do. And they put extra weight in there to like, balance it and hold it down and do all that stuff.
Yeah.
During his semifinal match against Leo Pruitt, which he lost, he hits the gas and it hiked the front end up. And when somewhere between up and slamming back down, because it slammed back down and like broke the car,
Mhm.
that little piece they had put in there fell out. So at the time, they picked it up on the track, gave it to them, and everybody went about their day. No one said anything.
Yeah.
There was just nothing. And 6 days is like unheard of. That's like it's just like you look at NASCAR, which I am the last person typically to give NASCAR props for anything, but they find half the field every single week. So something happens, you hear about it like hours after the race. Something happens in IndyCar, something happens in IMSA. You hear about it on the same day.
Yeah.
And they publicize these things. They put it out there on the internet for the fans and everybody to see. The NHRA does not do that, and they have never done that. There's no transparency in when they hand down rulings. And that is so frustrating because obviously the fans want to know. Like, we're nosy bitches, right? So we
Yeah.
want to know things. But
Yeah.
the drivers and the teams want to know as well. So that happens to him, and he's like, I've never been in trouble for anything in my entire life. Like, what the hell? And then Vegas Friday comes. Several runs were thrown out. There was like four were thrown out in Pro Stock. Something, I think the one that I remember the most was something, some weird safety thing that they said Erica Enders went around, and Richard Freeman was like, this is stupid. This whole thing could have been easily avoided. But all of a sudden, the NHRA is throwing out runs left, right, and center.
Right.
Then, on that same day, well, the same weekend, I guess, because Saturday, Bob Tasca goes to number one in Funny Car. And he's like, woo, because he's in the championship battle. All of a sudden, Saturday night happens, and my Twitter is like blowing up. Drag racing Twitter is blowing up because they decided hours after to take it away. And all it says is that they've taken it away from him, moved him down to number two, and Robert Hyde is now the number one qualifier. They just swapped the positions.
Okay.
No explanation as to why. What we were able to kind of get from it was maybe that his headers were too laid back, because that used to be a thing where you, a couple years ago, you could change the angle of your headers and that would
Yeah.
give you, more or less performance. But then they said you can't do that anymore. um, there was no actual explanation. They have a team chat where the NHRA can send messages to all the teams if something happens. Um, One of Robert Hyde's guys, it might be like his assistant crew chief, I think, is it Fabrizi? He said it wasn't in the team chat. They all got their run order sheets, and it said, like, written on the bottom that they had taken it away from Bob and given it to Robert. That's how they found out.
Awkward.
It's so awkward. Like, first of all, what is going on? Why are they throwing out like every single run? Like, they've never been like this before. It's very, very strange, especially going into the finals. And second of all, learn some freaking transparency. Like, if you don't want to like tell all the fans, like the fans are going to find out anyway because the media we pick everything up.
Yeah.
But you got to start explaining things. You can't just hand down a ruling and then like that's it and be like, "Oh, sorry, changed my phone number, can't tell you." It's just so frustrating. Like, ugh. And it's not even like if they explain it, it's very vague. Like, I remember, oh, this is a long time ago, like early days, maybe 2012 or 2011, 2012 maybe. They had, on a Sunday morning, disqualified Alan Johnson, the pro stock driver, from the race because he, like everybody else after qualifying, had a few beers, and they're like, "Oh, you smell like alcohol still, and so you can't race today." Like, it's just always very random, very weird explanations that either come at nothing or it's just like a little thing, but it's like there's no set way of how they do it.
Sounds mighty suspicious to me.
It's just the most frustrating thing. And now that it's come back up, because you'll get like a frustration every couple years, but then it's getting bigger, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Especially like I really didn't like how they handled the Bob Tasca one, because those are big deals for teams. Because
Yeah.
I mean, you go into it thinking you're the number one qualifier, you prepare a certain way, and you think you're racing this guy, but then Sunday morning rolls around, oh, you're actually racing this guy. You're like, oh, cool.
All right.
It's just ugh. Um, okay, this is something I want to talk about, not because I saw it within like the drag racing media, but this was a fan thing I picked up on because one of my Facebook friends said it, and I was like, hmm. So I looked into it. On when was it? It was like maybe it was the week leading up to Vegas. Um, Pro Stock racer Jay Coughlin Jr., who has since retired, announced that he was back for the weekend. Everyone was like, "Oh, that's so cool! Like he's such a legend. Like he's a great guy, super nice. Everybody loves Jay." He was back with Elite. He said that Richard Freeman called him to break in the car that Erica will be running in 2024. He basically wanted him to work out the bugs and, this, that, and the other. And they decided that there's no better testing ground than competition, which, sure, whatever.
Yeah.
He also said that if, kind of like the stars align, he's open to returning to competition full time, which the fans got really excited about. Um, Here's the thing: if what they're actually saying is true, then that's great. Like, test a new car, like, come back out of retirement, like, hang out with us. If it's true, it's great. If it's what people are saying, the actual reason that he's back, then I hate it because it's shitty and I hate that teams do this. The consensus from the fans was that he was brought back to basically uh, block for Erica in her
Oh,
run to the championship.
yeah.
It's easier to do that in the pro stock classes and in sportsman racing than it is to do it in a nitro category.
Yeah.
They do have a such thing, they have it everywhere. Some teams will call team orders, but they're pretty transparent about it.
Yeah.
Elite is not. And that's the thing that bothers me. Like, if you're gonna do it, just say you're doing it. Like, he went all the way to the final and then conveniently lost against Erica. Come on now. Like, we all know better than that. But, like, it's the thing, like, just say it. Like, if he actually is there to test the car and to get him back out, then that's great. Like, but if it's 2-1, just say what it is. Like, be
Yeah.
honest. Because
Yeah.
the fans pick up on it and they call people out for what they think is shady shit, and I was like, ooh, these are some spicy comments. Uh, but, team orders happen everywhere. Just be honest about it. It happens in F1 like every single second. But
Exactly.
just be transparent. That's the theme of today. Transparency in drag racing. I decided it was okay enough, like late enough in the year for me to break out the chai, so I made chai today for my tea.
Love
It's
chai.
so
I had
warm.
green tea earlier.
Hmm. I haven't had green tea in a hot minute.
I love tea.
Okay. Oh, okay. One more thing I wanted to talk about to kind of get us into Pomona stuff is SEMA was this last week. Lots of stuff going on. Announcements galore. But the thing that I picked up on the most is for the first time since 2018, Del Worsham will be back driving a funny car. Um,
Mm.
he is going to drive Alexis DeJoria's backup car with sponsorship from CP Carrillo and what's that say? Oh yeah, the crew. He's gonna have the crew from Beal Racing. So a couple people stepped in to like help him do this again, and Dell is just one of those like OG drivers that everybody really likes. So when he has a chance to get back behind the wheel, it's exciting.
Yeah.
And I saw the livery and it looks really good, which is also very exciting. Because a crappy livery just kind of ruins it. You're just like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go into Pomona in the championship. Um, it's gonna be a dogfight in the nitro classes, like for real. They're running points and a half, so and this is important for our predictions. There's
Mhm.
191 points available.
Okay.
Um, so gonna be a dogfight. Anything could happen. Um, I have the OG, the red sticky note of predictions, and then I have the bigger one to actually write on. So, as always, you guys, I made Emo a picture version because
Yay,
that's
pictures.
just more fun. And I included all of the point values for each driver so you can kind of see where people are at. And then for you guys and for me, here we go. So, starting in top fuel, there are realistically 7 drivers that are still in the championship. Steve Torrance is at the top. He has 2,483 points. In second place behind him is Doug Coletta with 2,468. Uh, Sitting in third, Leah Pruitt with 2,449. Then Mike Salinas with 2,407. Justin Ashley is right behind him with 2,401. And then Antron Brown with 2,337. And then points wise, the last player for the championship is Brittany Force with 2,303. And she has 180 points back, so that's really like kind of the last. I feel like I already know, so I'm gonna make my prediction already.
Go.
I'm picking Doug Coletta because he's never won a championship in all the years. He came really close that one time, and then Tony Schumacher made the run and took it away from him. But I think he has enough performance, and he's only 15 points back. I think Doug can do it.
I I like Leah Pruitt's car better, so I'm gonna choose Leah.
Okay. She's only 34 points back, like, and
Yeah.
they found a lot recently. Like they really in the latter half of the countdown was when they kind of kicked in. So that's a good pick. Okay. Oh, how do I do this? Oh yeah, I have to go up. All right, going to funny car. Oh, top four. Um, First place currently we have Matt Hagan with 2539. Back behind him is Bob Tasca with 24, no, 2524. Um, then Robert Height with 2522. And then hanging on, really hoping for a comeback from my side, is Ron Caps with 2400. Because they were all so close, like super packed in going in to like the last half of the countdown, and Ron Caps kind of fell off a little bit. It's making me feel bad. I don't know what I want to do because obviously I want to pick Ron, but like I don't know if that's smart in this case.
I think I think I want to choose Matt because that car matches Leah's car.
They are teammates.
So I think I'm gonna choose Matt.
See, that was kind of my thing too. Like, do I want to pick Matt or do I want to just go for like what I want to happen because I want it for Ron so bad? Just to differentiate, I'm gonna pick him. I'm gonna pick Ron because you picked Matt. That's good pro stack. Okay, so you can see here the gaps are bigger. It's not a complete lock yet, but Erica is sitting in first with 25.76, and then Greg Anderson with 24.62, Matt Hartford with 24.21, and Dallas Glenn with 23.97. I already made my decision. I'm picking Greg.
I'm gonna pick Erica because women in STEM.
Hell yeah. And I also knew you were going to pick her. So, Pro Stock Motorcycle's funny because last week, or at the last race, uh, Gage Herrera could have won. The only caveat was Eddie couldn't make it to the final, and Eddie made it to the final with him. So it technically goes into Pomona, but uh, Gage has a 181-point lead over his teammate in second place. So
uh-huh.
I feel like that one, he's been running the gambit all year. So for him to not win, everyone would kind of have to fall down.
Yeah.
So I felt like that one was an easy one, but I wanted to like include them both anyway. But you can pick Eddie if you want, just for the lulz.
Yeah, I'll pick Eddie for the lulz.
Okay. Yeah, I made sure because sometimes when we do IMSA, we end up picking the same ones, but I wanted to make sure we didn't do that this time
Yeah.
because more fun to have the drama.
Exactly. Who's gonna win?
Exactly. Pericles, what's up? Welcome on in. All right, so wait, I can switch my thing back. Actually, you guys leave your comments below. Um, when I post this on YouTube later. Hi, YouTube. Um, of, of your picks and who you think is gonna win. We have Leah Pruitt and Doug Coletta, Matt Hagan and Ron Capps, Eric Anders and Greg Anderson, and Eddie Krawick and Gage Herrera. On the overall, our OG sticky note of predictions, the red one that will never die. I'm never letting this thing die. um, we started out the year close. After the Rolex, it was close, and then it kind of became not close after that. But you whooped my ass at the end of last year, so I feel like some
Yeah.
vindication. I was like coming back fighting. Yeah, I currently have an 18-7 lead.
It's fine. I can definitely pull back. It's fine.
Oh, actually, let's go to Rookie of the Year
Okay.
because we have candidates for that. So I think it'd be fun to let me just make a little extra, and then like if we get this, then we get like some bonus points. Yes, exactly. All she needs is the touchdown 2-point conversion and a field goal. Easy.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, so Rookie of the Year. Last year's Rookie of the Year was Camry Crusoe. Um, this year we have one, two, three, four people that are eligible. So we have Chase Van Zant, Pro Stock Motorcycle. He is currently sixth in the points. Um, four quarterfinal appearances, four semifinal appearances, races for White Alligator Racing, which is led by Jerry Savoy, who has been a big name in Pro Stock Motorcycle for a while. Then we have David Quadra. Um, this year joined like all of his family. So his dad, Fernando, his brother, Fernando Jr., and his other brother, Christian, made his debut at the Charlotte four wide race, and they had their own quad, so all of them got to line up together in a qualifying and run, which is so fun. I love that. Um, then, oh no, do I know how to count? Wait, we have five.
Okay.
I forgot a bullet point
All right.
and put two together. Um, then we have Eric Latino, Pro Stock. He is co-owner and driver of KB Titan Racing. He made his debut in Norwalk and has qualified for 6 races this season. Then we have Dan Mercier, Hot Fuel. Not important to the story, but he is French Canadian. Um, who is it? It was Rob Wendland. He did some crew chiefing work for him end of last year. I don't know if they're still doing it together. I assume they would be. Um, but he also, Rob has a YouTube channel. So at the end of the year last year, he went up there and kind of like showed everybody the shop, and it's like super nice. Like, not, you never know what you're going to expect from a guy that comes in like once in a while. You expect like a smaller operation, but I guess he
Yeah.
does other stuff up in Canada, so it was pretty swish. Um, he's qualified for 6 races this season, including Norwalk, where he picked up a round win over Doug Coletta. And final guy, Jerry Tucker, Pro Stock, um, driver for Elite Motorsports, has qualified for all the races 2023. 4 quarterfinal appearances, 1 semifinal appearance, has round wins over Erica Enders, Troy Coughlin Jr., and Bo Butner.
Hmm. I think you should pick first.
Okay. Um, I kind of thought about this a little bit when I was making this list. I think I'm gonna pick Jerry. Just because I feel like he could play spoiler in the finals, and that would like I feel like playing spoiler in the finals could push him over the edge. Because I don't even know, I don't remember how they vote for Rookie of the Year because it's different in every sport. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna choose David.
Okay.
I was trying to Google them while you said all their names.
I should have given you a list, but this was a last minute addition that I made like yesterday.
Yeah, I just Googled them and I I'm just I'm gonna pick David.
Fair enough. Um, cross some things off my list. Ooh, oh, I was gonna make a command for something and I forgot. Um, I can fix that. I needed. I was gonna link this thing that I'm about to talk about. Um, oh God, what's my login? Okay. So, last thing I kind of wanted to talk about is a really fun thing. I talked about it earlier, um, like maybe 2 podcasts ago. It's called Drag Race Bracket Bonanza. It's kind of like fantasy, but like less stressful and way more fun. Um, some of the longtime members in the NHRA media came together and wanted to do something originally for the countdown that was going to be really fun for the fans and for just like the community because we all do it. Like the media takes part and all that stuff too. It's super fun. Um, and the thing that I like about it is if you win, you get a tangible prize. Like each week, people are winning and they're getting tangible prizes. They're getting little plates signed by the race winners.
Okay.
And if you win the championship, then you get a belt. Like they will mail you a belt.
Okay.
So I've been oh, that looks really funny. I've been playing along and I did miss the first race because I did my brackets wrong and I forgot to submit one of them, so I did it wrong. But I've been kind of playing along just for every race after, and it's so fun. It's just like a fun way for the community to like get together, and the conversations on Twitter are great. Everyone's super involved, but I like it. I think people should do it. um, it's just like an extra like because you know how stressed out I get doing F1 fantasy. This is not that. Like
Yeah.
it just feels like a no pressure. It just feels like dicking around with your friends, which is great. Which was probably not the endorsement they were looking for, but that's what I said. And it was really funny because like 2 or 3 races ago, they had posted like the top 10 from each of the classes at the end because you get points for getting your obviously like your brackets being right, but you also get points for guessing like the top if you guess the top speed right. And I
Yeah.
had made the top 10 in Pro Stock Motorcycle. Somehow my picks that have been like doing the best are Pro Stock and Pro Stock Motorcycle because insane shit has been happening in Nitro lately. But I was in the top 10. I was number 10 for the motorcycles and I hadn't checked mine yet. So I was just scrolling through Twitter and I was like, "Oh, hey, that's me. I made it." But yeah, 10 out of 10 recommend. I'm hoping that they bring it back for next year as like a full season thing because this was just to introduce it for the countdown. Obviously they're still growing and doing all that stuff, and you can follow all their social media to find out. But 10 out of 10 recommend. Love that they're doing it, and they're so like um, involved with the fans on social
Yeah.
media. It's not like, oh, we set this up and we don't want to talk to you. It's like, no, like, let's make it a community.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there is that. Why didn't I make a bullet point for that? Whew, and collective sigh of relief. I think that was mostly everything for that. Yeah, I can't think of anything else too crazy drag racing wise that's going on. It's kind of fun because In-N-Out Burger bought the rights to um, the Fairplex in Pomona, so it's like the In-N-Out Burger Nationals or whatever. But
Uh-huh.
if for anyone that's going, they're gonna be all over the track. So get your burgers, get your animal style fries, everything. They're really putting like a lot into it, so that's really cool to see. Like they want
Yeah.
because they've always been kind of a thing um, involved in that like California like hot rod style stuff. So to see them like come back to drag racing in like a big capacity, that's super cool.
Yeah.
And they have like because it is obviously this weekend, they're doing like discounts for Veterans Day and all that stuff. So if you're a veteran, go get your burgers. Get a
Burgers.
fun hat. And someone tell them to open up one in Washington because it's been like I never get to have it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Um, Something I just remembered that I wanted to mention uh,
Mhm.
for us is it's coming down to the wire for us for F1 Fantasy,
Yep. Yep.
and Quackers is kicking our ass.
I was gonna say I don't think either of us are gonna win.
We're not gonna win because every time I gain points, he's all of a sudden still 300 points ahead of me, and I'm like what's going on? Because I did
Clearly, we
have.
do not know how to play this game.
I'm not gonna lie to you. There was a couple weeks that went by when I was dealing with like personal stuff that I completely forgot about it.
Yeah.
I straight up forgot, and then I was like, oh.
Yep.
I just didn't change anything because like shit was going on. I was like, oh no, the gap is huge now. So I've just been trying to like salvage the end of the year and like make a fun thing. Yeah, we need to have some sort of like championship presentation with him.
Yeah.
Do a
Yeah.
fun Discord or podcast thing where it'd be like, you won,
You
congratulations.
you won. Clearly.
It's seriously like 300 points. Let me check mine. And it's every time I'm like, oh, I gained points. And I'm like, God damn it. So did he.
God damn it.
The D&Q or the did not finish bug bit so many people recently, like the last two. So
Yeah. It's fine.
yeah, he's literally. One of my teams is sitting in second place. I have 3,910 points and he's got 4,218.
Okay. Well.
Don't think I'm gonna make up that gap. Unless he forgets or like his leg falls off and he can't do it. I don't think.
Yeah.
Is how many? Yeah, there's 2 rounds left. There's the Las Vegas GP and then there's Abu Dhabi at the end of the year.
We're gonna lose.
We're gonna lose. I mean, I don't even know. I might try to make a spicy pick for something or like apply a chip or something, but I would have to have like the perfect, like everything would have to line up perfectly, and that's just not
Yeah.
really a thing that happens in racing.
Yep. Not unless you have a whole lot of luck.
Especially because the Las Vegas GP, it's brand new. It's a street circuit. Like, they don't know. It's completely untested.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you guys want my thoughts on that, go on our YouTube channel. I made a whole. Oh, that's not correct.
YouTube.
I made a whole um, short about it yesterday. Um, well, yeah, I didn't think about that, but also considering there's been situations in the past where there was literally like oil fields and rockets exploding next to the tracks in the Middle East, and they just raced anyway. I don't think that would happen because what is driver safety? Which is always going to be my issue with Formula One because if it's not safety from rockets, it's safety from I just crashed my car and there's nobody coming to see if I'm okay. I just got out and I stood here by myself for 10 minutes. Seriously, what is that? Uh, well, I mean, we'll see what happens, I guess. Who could know?
Not us.
Not us. Not even them. Right, no, I understand that, but it's the fact that no one's telling them to go. F1 is not like the best at like getting cars pulled out or like checking to see if drivers are okay. Like in other series, it's like boom, you're there, you're right there, you're going. There's like a sense of urgency. And it seems like in F1, unless you're on fire, there's no sense of urgency. Yeah, it's not great. So I think we'll do um obviously we're gonna have to wrap up the end of the year after that kind of all happens. When drag racing is over, and then let's see. How do I want to do this? I think we might work it out so there's maybe one more, maybe end of November, and then we'll do like an actual end of the year one in December like we did last year because that was fun where because stuff for Daytona for IMSA is already starting to come out, like driver pairings. So I think we'll have the full like list maybe. Not like the entry list, but we'll have like most of it filled in. So
Hmm.
we can talk about that and any other thing for next year that kind of comes up and end out the year with me wearing this ridiculous Santa hat like I did last year. So yeah, I think I think that'd be it. Um, Emu, thoughts and feelings?
um, thoughts and feelings are I definitely still believe in myself in our battle for the win, and I could definitely, with a lot of thoughts and prayers, pull through on this. And
Use
as
your
for
11
F1,
11 wishes on Emu, guys.
and as for F1, we are both going to
Oh yeah, we're boned.
lose.
Yeah.
But I'll still hold
It's
out
still
hope
fun
for me
though.
winning.
Like we can still make it fun for us.
Exactly. I mean, it's enjoyable even if I lose because I've already set myself up for failure, so it's fine.
We both have.
Can't be mad because I'm already expecting it.
That is true. Um, yeah, so I think from my side, um, I'll probably have some sort of live tweet situation going on for the NHRA finals, so you can, let's see. I have to stop talking so I can type it right. There we go. You can follow along with me there. And obviously follow YouTube. Go follow Emo's Twitch channel. She sometimes streams.
Very rarely, maybe once a year. Good luck catching it. I won't make any notification that it's about to happen.
No, I feel like we need to like do something. Maybe we'll play a game on this channel to end out the year.
Yeah,
Yeah, we should do that
gotta
because
find a racing game.
oh my God. Yeah, we'll see what we can do. Maybe we do some escapeing on this channel
Yeah,
because we're
maybe they
behind.
have
There's
a.
like new maps we haven't played.
I know, I know. Maybe they have a racing related one that was a what do you call it?
Well, like a
Fan
fan map.
maybe. Yeah,
Those ones are hard. We got stuck in some of
they're
the fan ones
so
before.
hard, and some of them are really creepy, and I
That one had no business being that scary.
we just said shit. It's fine.
We really like we really got saved when it closed when it crashed.
Yeah, they're like, you know what? That was
It was fine.
that was meant to happen.
Oh, yeah, no kidding. Honestly, IndyCar needs to like get some flowers and be on their knees and apologize to iRacing for leaving because that whole disaster was the dumbest thing they could have done. Yeah, I wonder if there is any sort of like oh, I mean there's Discord racing games. We could do that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll look into it, see what we can find. But yeah, I think we should end the year, play some games on this channel.
Woo.
Yeah. Maybe we can do some community thing. We shall see. Um, yeah, everyone's canceling with MSG because they don't they seem like a fake company. It's like it's called Motorsports Games and they've done some like NASCAR. I think they've produced some NASCAR games, but everything they do was really suspicious, shady.
Yeah.
And IndyCar left yeah, they left iRacing because they're like, "Oh, we're going to have a game with them over here." And then it was like crickets. Exactly. They're just it's a shell company. Um, so yeah, lots of stuff for you guys to be updated on for the future. Um, but yeah, I always say, even though I say like follow us on social media or whatever, definitely keep an eye on our YouTube channel because I'll post little updates and shorts and YouTube specific videos over there, as well as uploading the VODs. That's where this one's going to go. So yeah, we appreciate you guys. Appreciate the new followers that we've had recently on here and on our YouTube channel. Shouts out to you guys. And we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.